What is going on, everybody? My name is Conor. Welcome to the week of Hero or Zero. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking one comic book character, as we do every single week. We talk their good points, their bad points, just generally give you a bit of a rundown, all things to do with that character. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Sean Mead. Sean, I am a sick boy.
You are a little bit of a sick boy, so I am going to give all the energy this podcast.
It's my report.
Oh God.
This could be a hindrance.
My responses are going to be enthusiastic.
I'll say one line and then you just have to do a woo! Don't woo.
No woos?
You never want to woo.
Okay.
So this week on Hero or Zero,
You're already done with it.
I have Captain Boomerang.
Whoa!
That's not a woo. Thank you very much. If I did that, it'd be game over.
I'll be dead.
Captain Boomerang. What do you know about Captain Boomerang, Sean?
Jai Courtney.
Yeah.
Played him in the Suicide Squad, the movie.
Indeed. The Suicide Squad, the movie.
The first Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Uses boomerangs.
What?
Yeah, you think he uses boomerangs?
That didn't actually come up in
Have
my
you
report,
missed that?
actually.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, no, he doesn't throw boomerangs.
No.
He just uses them to stab faceless goons.
Actually, in the Suicide Squad movie, he only throws 2 boomerangs.
Yeah.
And one of them is remote controlled.
Which, then there's no skill with the boomerang.
No, then you're not really a captain of any boomerang,
No,
really.
not even an admiral.
I could throw one boomerang.
I could too. Like, I could hit someone with a boomerang.
No, you couldn't.
I could.
You couldn't.
I could hit you with a boomerang from
Absolutely
here.
not. If I stood 20 yards away from you and you had a boomerang,
I'd give it a good
guarantee
fucking
if you had 100 boomerangs, I would be safe as houses.
Oh, no, not possible.
I think so.
We're going to test this someday.
How good are you with a frisbee?
Pretty good.
Come on now. Nobody's that good.
It's not all about the flick at the end. It's a lot of just lifting it into the throw.
Flick the wrist.
Flick it wrist. If you flick it too hard, it's going off to the right.
It's going all over the place.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that about boomerangs. Could you throw a boomerang and then catch it when it came back?
No, I don't think so.
No, absolutely not. I thought you were that delusional that you would say yes to
No,
that
I
also.
tried it once and I just ended up losing my boomerang.
Have you ever had a boomerang?
Yeah, I've had like 4 boomerangs in my life.
Are you honestly serious?
Yeah.
Who the fuck has seen a boomerang in their life?
Oh, look, they're coming back around.
Oh, yeah. Great. So, Captain Boomerang. His real name, George Harkness, or Digger Harkness.
Digger Harkness.
His creators are John Broome and Carmine Infantino.
Sweeping brush.
John Broome and Carmine Sweeping Brush.
Yep.
Carmine Hoover. He first appeared in comic books in The Flash 117. This was in December of 1960. Now, George Digger Harkness, it might surprise you, but he is from Australia.
Australia?
From Australia.
Struth.
And he's a recurring enemy of The Flash. But his actual origin is one that's just a bit sad, but also it was in the 60s and they were just coming up with like characters that had a thing.
Is it just a gimmick based thing?
You have a thing.
Yeah.
Like, your gimmick is Boomerang.
He just loves calendars.
And you could just be a captain of said thing.
I get you.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
also, I don't think he would ever win against the Flash.
Who would win the fight? A man with super speed that could do anything, or a man with boomerangs?
I think it's the man with boomerangs, actually.
It's a fair fight now.
It is.
Now that I say it like that.
Level playing field.
It's like Superman against, Lex Luthor.
Yeah. One is a man.
Yeah.
The other can do anything.
Who can win? But one is a rich white man, so...
Who's going to end up the best, yeah.
So, the illegitimate son of an American tie maker, W. Wiggins...
Whoa, Wiggins?
Wiggins. www.wiggins.com.
No, www.w.w.wiggins.
This is tiresome. And an Australian woman, Betty Harkness. George Harkness was raised in poverty in the small town of, forgive me, Australia, Currumbra?
Caram.
We have loads of weird places in Ireland. I'd like to see you say Leitrim.
You could all say Leitrim.
I know, Leitrim.
Especially now we've told you.
Yeah, Roscommon? No. Leash. Nobody's saying Leash.
No.
Louse.
Louse. Yeah, Louse.
His stepfather, Ian Harkness, hated the boy and made his life miserable. So Betty Harkness, she had a son with www.wiggins.
Someone remix that, please.
Just a beat.
Yeah.
Oh, make me cool. But she had a child with the W man himself.
Yeah.
And then he went off, and she got with another man called Ian Harkness. She married him, and the stepfather hated. Ian hated the cap.
Why did he hate the cap?
Just because he's a bad guy.
Is he a little prick?
It's the 60s.
Oh, okay. So men were just bastards.
Men were dickheads.
What's
right?
changed?
Let's look into the distance. What has changed?
And then you get hit with a boomerang.
Do you think this week, because my voice is like this, people will think we're very similar? Because normally I'm a lot higher than you.
I'm a little bit worried about that.
Yeah, no, it'll be the same thing.
Okay,
hang on.
We have to fix this somehow.
You have to do high from now on.
I have to do high?
No, you'll be the high one. Come on.
Alright.
Woo! I don't like it.
Me either. Can I stop?
Yeah, please stop.
Okay.
In school one day, Harkness crafted a boomerang.
He crafted one?
Okay. He discovered he had great skill with the weapon.
This is worse. This is worse than if he practiced with a boomerang.
He just made it.
He just didn't earn it.
He just made it, and then he realised, fuck, I'm unreal. A boomerang.
Then he picked up an Uzi.
And he started doing backflips and trapeze.
Yeah.
I'm so good at everything.
Except having a stepfather who loves me.
Oh no, too real. He discovered he had great skill with the weapon and often used it for mischief with his best friend Mick Wentworth.
What was Mick's deal? What was he up to?
I think just Mick Wentworth is the name of a 50-year-old man, really. There's no child called Mick Wentworth.
That's true.
Come on now.
His father was actually partnered with Wiggins.
Mick Wentworth's actual thing was he was just Benjamin Button.
Was he now?
Yeah, no, it's not said, but I'm reading between the lines.
Yeah.
And he is actually Benjamin Button.
His name is actually Benjamin.
Yeah. He further honed his skills while spending some time hiding from the law in the Australian bush.
Oh, okay. Like a Crocodile Dundee.
He becomes an expert at the boomerang, right? And then if he forgets it, it all comes back to him eventually. So
I made a similar joke recently.
No, I made it better though. Though he likes to make up fake stories about his origin, the truth is, from an early age, George Harkness taught himself to carve and throw boomerangs extremely well, having known his absentee father was especially proficient with the boomerang.
See.
Young Harkness believed that if he could become better with boomerangs, it would somehow impress his father if they were ever to meet again.
Right.
Isn't that amazing?
It's like, here, Dad, look at this.
Look. Why did I leave, son? I shouldn't have went for that pack of cigarettes.
My God.
Look at him throwing that boomerang.
You are my son.
You could just, be a better person. Or just, be nice.
Yeah, or maybe your dad's just a dickhead.
Maybe he's a dickhead, but he just wanted to impress his absentee father because his stepfather was a dickhead. And he's like, www.wiggins, the Wiggins man.
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
That's what he said. But he was like, there's only one way that I can impress him. Not with good deeds.
No.
Not with being a nice person.
Not with becoming successful.
No. There's only one way. The boomerang. Everyone knows.
It's the only language Australians speak is the boomerang.
It's their only currency.
So, yeah.
When Harkness was 18, he and Mickey Wentworth robbed the general store and were able to make their escape with the aid of Harkness's boomerang. However, this incident caused Harkness's father to kick him out of the house, which, to be fair...
His stepfather.
Yeah. Yes. Which, to be fair, is
robbery? Yeah.
He committed a robbery.
Committed a crime.
Yeah, you'd be against him. His mother gave him a plane ticket to Central City and told him to get in touch with the Wiggins man.
Okay. Oh, so his father was in Central.
Yeah, his father is a toy maker.
Yes.
In Central City.
Okay.
And so his mother says, you've been kicked out of the house, here's a plane ticket, go and meet your father. He's in America. And he's like, okay, cool. So he builds a massive boomerang. He flies himself.
Dizzy as fuck.
Dizzy as fuck. That's actually something that comes up later on.
Oh, okay.
Wiggins had been searching for a spokesman for the WW Wiggins game company's latest product, a toy boomerang. So,
toy boomerang.
Wiggins is a toy maker.
Yeah.
He's looking for a spokesman for his company.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, at the same time that Digger arrives in America in
looking
Central
for
City.
work.
And what is he proficient at?
Toy making.
No!
Marketing.
You haven't listened to a word. Boomerangs.
Boomerangs. HR.
Ad hoc duties. No, so under the alias George Green, Harkness auditioned for and got the job of the main spokesperson for the toy boomerang.
And is he called Captain Boomerang at this point?
Wiggins outfitted him with a costume and gave him the name Captain Boomerang.
Excellent.
And that is where he got his costume and his name. Because a toy company...
So he's a mascot.
A toy company wanted him as the mascot to see on their ads. Just be like, wow, look at this toy boomerang.
Please do that in an accent.
No. I can't even speak in my normal accent.
That's true, that's fair. Yeah, that's insane that that's his origin.
Yeah.
He's like a guy in a hot dog suit.
He just tried out for his father's company without his father realising it was him.
Mr. Green.
Mr. Green. Harkness, however, had other plans for his new alter ego. He began a string of jewellery thefts because now he has a new outfit.
Of course.
He alerted...
And it's not like his face is being broadcast and published.
No, he's not on television.
No.
Advertising said products. There seems to be a flaw.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the end goal here.
He alerted the attention of the Flash, and the Scarlet Speedster caught him in the act during one of his heists.
Because the Flash is very fast.
That's normally what happens. If you are of normal speed, the Flash is probably faster than you. I didn't want to say it. I know it's wrong of me to assume. But I would assume the Flash could get there in the space of time it takes for him to even just throw one boomerang.
Or he could go back in time before you threw the boomerang.
Or if you threw a boomerang at him, he could just vibrate his molecules through the boomerang and then just grab you.
The Flash is overpowered, really, isn't he?
When you think about it, this is so unfair. It's just a mascot versus the Flash.
It's essentially a man.
However, Captain Boomerang fooled the Speedster, right?
Oh.
So the Flash turns up, he's like, you're committing fucking crimes.
And he was like, it's opposite day.
Captain Boomerang says, it's not me. He was being impersonated. So somebody had seen him on the television
and thought, that's a good costume.
Exactly.
And weapon.
He even brought the Flash to his apartment and introduced him to actors posing as his parents. And they were like, it's awful, isn't it? They're copying my child.
Our poor young boy.
Poor George Green, or whatever he said his name was.
Mr. and Mrs. Green, why are you speaking with an Irish accent when your son is very clearly Australian?
You sound like a very sick Irish man. Stating that they would starve if he was convicted of the robberies, they said, to the Flash.
The Flash is... Traditionally, he cares too damn much.
He cares too much. And so he looks at these old people and he's like, maybe he is innocent. You know what I mean?
Maybe I should kill everyone in the room.
The next time that Boomerang encountered the Flash, he knocked him out with one of his boomerangs.
One of his own boomerangs?
And then he tied the unconscious Speedster to his rocket boomerang.
What?
Which is a massive, 40-foot big boomerang.
How did he build this?
Look, he had loads of time.
When? He's got a very busy media career. And he robs things at night.
It was the 60s. He didn't need that.
There was more time in the 60s, that's true.
More hours in the day.
But that time it was a changing. I think that was 70s.
I don't know. So he made this big fuck off boomerang.
Okay.
About 40 feet by 40 feet.
If I was given this report, you'd be roasting me right now.
Absolutely, but I'm going with it, right? You gotta get it with me. Come on now, Sean. You can't be going against it. You know what I mean?
I hate you so much.
So he ties the Flash to the big fuck off boomerang.
Right.
With the idea that he is going to send it hurtling high up into the Earth's atmosphere and basically into space.
So he's attempting murder.
But when you think about it, it would still come back. So eventually...
Not my boomerangs.
He just made a stick, really.
Yeah, no. But you're right though, because surely the Flash would unbalance the Boomerang.
It was perfectly balanced. You know what I mean?
He had a counterweight.
He worked it all out.
He weighed the Flash beforehand.
Physics worked it out with a notepad. He had a blackboard, whiteboard, all the boards.
Two boards,
just in case anything changed. However, on the descent back to the ground, because of course it's a Boomerang, the Flash released himself and captured the villain. He just sped up his molecules and just released himself, which he could have done really when you think about it.
Before the thing hit him in the head.
Before when he woke up on the giant Boomerang, instead of going, "Oh no, I'm trapped," just immediately get out of those ties.
He wanted to see what it was like.
Just wanted to see a trip into space.
Yeah, if he could have survived, he would have been delighted.
The Flash can't fly, so he's never been up that high.
That's true. He also can't walk. It's only run.
Imagine. That would be very you'd definitely know it was him.
Yeah.
Barry Allen could never hide if he could just only run.
He'd just be sprinting around.
So that is his actual origin story, but where Captain Boomerang kind of comes into his own is the Suicide Squad. He's very famous for being part of the Suicide Squad, but he's also the least liked member of the Suicide Squad.
Everyone hates him.
Okay. He's just the biggest dickhead that's ever existed in the Suicide Squad. So he's a dickhead in the Flash stories, but where he comes into his own is when he's surrounded by other criminals who also think he's a dick.
And then you see, he's the worst of them.
He's not even good. They're just dude, stop being a dickhead.
You have boomerangs and that's it.
Yeah. So Amanda Waller recruited Captain Boomerang to her new Suicide Squad in exchange for a pardon and a prison release. He was forced to wear an explosive bracelet that would detonate, the usual Suicide Squad thing.
Yes.
So they attacked Brimstone at Mount Rushmore. Blockbuster died in front of him. Boomerang distracted the monster with projectiles while Deadshot made the kill. Boomerang was furious when he realised that they were all supposed to die, and Rick Flag had to explain to him that everybody is expendable, even Rick Flag.
Right.
So this is his first introduction to the story. Waller then tried to keep Boomerang locked up because he was the only one that was well, this is fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Why do we have bombs? Where everyone else is that's fucked up, and they're fuck, I'm just trapped here.
Yeah. It's better than prison.
He's just the whingiest little bitch. So he just complains about everything.
So I don't want to blow up.
So Waller tried to keep Boomerang locked up after this, but Flag insisted on honouring their deal and released him. Boomerang immediately returned to the streets and embarked on a crime spree in New York City.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. So this all happened because Boomerang basically joins the team, and they realise very quickly that he is not a nice person. And the stories I have on this is that there's many incidents where he either harms another member of the team without doing the harming himself, or he is present for other people being harmed, coincidentally always being in the vicinity. Right,
I get you.
So Captain Boomerang is forced to continue serving with the Suicide Squad, but he still has to wear the explosive bracelet, unlike other permanent members, because Waller does not trust him. So other permanent members of the group, like Rick Flag and all that, they just have stopped wearing them.
It's just this is what they do now.
This is what they do. But Amanda Waller hates Captain Boomerang so much that he still has to wear it.
He gets collared up every time.
Because he's such a little dick, right? It is immediately established that the other squad members do not like working with Boomerang because of his loud, racist and sexist attitudes towards everybody else in the group.
Oh, right! God, when you're the worst of the career criminals.
He's the worst of the worst. As Amanda Waller said in that trailer for Suicide Squad all those years ago. He's the worst of the worst.
Good times.
But he's the worst of the worst of the worst.
Yeah, he's bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, he's not even skillful. He's just racist, sexist,
just obnoxious
moody little bitch.
Yeah. But he throws boomerangs real well.
Oh, he's really good at throwing them. Boomerang sexually harasses his teammate Plastique, so Mindboggler uses her powers to embarrass him in front of the group. Okay?
Good.
That's finally he's got his comeuppance. Nothing else can go wrong.
Surely he'll learn from this.
Yeah. They are said to then destroy the terrorist group Jihad, right? And Boomerang is told to neutralise their speeder, Jakuli. Boomerang is used to dealing with the Flash, so he easily defeats Jakuli and kicks the terrorist off a roof to his death. Nice boy.
Lovely.
Boomerang then sees that Rustam is about to kill Mindboggler.
But they had an incident earlier.
And then he decides to let her die as punishment for humiliating him earlier on.
Fucking hell.
So they're all part of the team, but he's like, nah.
Don't like you.
It'll be fine. You shouldn't embarrass me earlier on.
That's fucked, man.
Yeah.
Why is he still on the team?
Because he's just the worst, right? When Belle Rev is then attacked by the female Furies, Boomerang chooses to simply hide and avoid conflicts as other people in his team are dying.
Jesus. So he's just irredeemable, is he?
And then lastly, the last bit I have is this. I thought you'd enjoy this. Boomerang tests the explosive bracelets by telling Slipknot.
Hero of the podcast, Slipknot.
So Slipknot, even in the comic books, gets fucked over because Boomerang was trying to test the explosive bracelets, and he tells Slipknot they don't work. And Slipknot blows his own arm off trying to escape.
The man who can climb anything.
My God. He also had a short career as Mirror Master. He think he replaced Mirror Master for a short bit.
He rebranded.
Yeah. And it was cut short, and he was brought to Waller, who put an end to it and rescinded the benefits Harkness had been given, such as his apartment in New Orleans and his status as a voluntary member of the squad. Harkness remained with the squad until it was disbanded. But they are all my stories about him in the Suicide Squad, but he's not a good teammate.
No, it doesn't sound like it either.
No, he's gotten people killed, he blew up Slipknot's arm, and then when Belle Rev was attacked, he just decided to hide. Because he didn't feel like...
Just under a pile of coats or something.
There was another incident where there was a big battle and he ended it by... He killed the bad guy's main person.
Yeah.
And they were like, wow, Boomerang, thanks. He was like, I just wanted to get in from the cold, so I just wanted to end it as fast as possible because you were all just denying me.
Jesus.
He just...
Didn't care about anyone except himself. Did he ever make things up with his father? Or?
No, why would you? No, he didn't.
Okay.
It just... Where he comes into it all, he's like a dickhead in the Flash comic books, but Suicide Squad, Captain Boomerang, is like the worst.
He's just a prick.
He's just a prick, because you think maybe he's just a prick to the Flash, but no, he's a prick to everyone.
That's just who he is.
Yeah, that's just who he is. So,
man.
His personality, in his psychological profile, Simon LeGrieve states that George Harkness is perhaps the most well-adjusted member of the Suicide Squad. He's perfectly content with who he is, but Harkness is an unprincipled sociopath with little or no moral sense of right or wrong.
And that's how he likes it.
He's just completely fine with who he is.
He just doesn't give a fuck.
But who he is the worst.
Who he is the worst human.
An unprincipled sociopath with little or no moral sense of right and wrong is a pretty bad endorsement. This extends to sexual harassment of women and vocal racist tendencies. He has little regard for human life, as seen in the way he casually betrayed Mindboggler to her death over petty differences.
Yeah, that was... We kind of touched on that, but that's a lot.
He just let her die. They're part of the same team.
Just let her get killed.
Because he was like, oh no, I tried to help out.
I did my best.
Take my strong hand. So his abilities. He has his one ability. Boomerang mastery.
Jez, if you have to master anything.
The boomerang. Weaknesses. He has terminal illness, so in Convergence it reveals that he actually suffers from a form of cancer.
Oh.
But they introduced that later on.
Right, okay.
Originally his weakness was just himself.
And a cold beer.
Yeah. Weapons are boomerangs, explosive boomerangs, collapsible boomerangs, lightning boomerangs, rocket boomerangs, and razor boomerangs.
Trick boomerangs.
So basically the Green Arrow, but
with boomerangs.
With boomerang form.
Yeah, a lot of projectile weaponists in Star City.
Yeah, it's not great. Trivia. Digger is a slang word for soldier for local Australians, apparently.
Okay.
So I didn't know that, but there's my little bit of trivia.
That's good to know.
That is my report on Captain Boomerang.
Well done.
Is he the worst person that's ever lived?
He's certainly the worst one we've covered.
Yeah, no, the more I read into him, there were so many other stories I had of just him being the worst, and I was like, I can't just have like a 45-minute report of me telling you he's bad, because once you get 3 or 4 out of the way, it's fairly clear.
It's fairly like cut and paste after that.
Yeah, no, he's terrible.
Even with some villains, they have a bit of humanity to him.
Yeah.
But he is just in many ways he's the most human, because he just doesn't give a fuck about anyone.
But I think that's like... Is that not like the least human though? Because even the worst villains surely have something that they care about somewhere. Like,
yeah, like Deadshot has his daughter.
Yeah, like they have some sort of redeeming quality. He is the only... I think he's the first villain we've done with no redeeming quality whatsoever.
Yeah, it's really interesting to have that dynamic in a team as well.
That he doesn't care.
Yeah, he doesn't care if he lives or dies or if anyone else does.
Which explains why Amanda Waller keeps him chipped at all times. Because if you took that chip out of him, he's just going to walk away.
Absolutely.
There would be literally no issue.
And do whatever he wants.
Yeah, exactly. So do you want to take us out, Sean?
Yes, thank you. Poor start.
Very good.
Thank you everyone very much for listening to this episode of Hero or Zero. We'll be back on Monday with an episode of Movie Mondays, Wednesday with Weird News Wednesday, and next Friday with another episode of Hero or Zero. It'll be my week.
Yeah.
Thank you to all our patrons who support us over on Patreon. Really help make the show possible. If you'd like to join those people, there's a link in the description, or it's patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast.
Do you think you can find a character who's worse than Captain Boomerang? Is the question.
Yeah, Iron Man.
Oh, very good.
Awful human.
RDJ, go fuck yourself.
If you don't want to support us on Patreon, or you just can't, the best way you can support the show is by telling one human being that we exist.
It's the one.
It's the one, because that helps spread it around, get more people listening. It's always good.
Yay.
We're on all the social medias. They're all linked in the description. Facebook, Heroes for Hire Podcast. Instagram, Heroes for Hire Podcast. Twitter, @Heroes for Hire Pod. The 4 is the number 4. And you can email us, heroesforhire_@outlook.com. And I think that's all for this week.
I think you nailed it.
Except for that little mess up at the start.
Yeah,
there.
but like we can either cut that out or leave it in to show people that we're human. What do you prefer?
Now we'll cut it out.
Yeah, we want to be perfect. So I've been Conor.
I've been Sean Mead.
See you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.